So we're going to hear 3 of them now. Pretty joyous, huh? The 16th, 17th, 1800s in Europe. Yeah, this is an Eastern European milieu of jokes. A terrible thing, says Jacob to his friend. My daughter is to be married tomorrow, and I promised a dowry of 5,000 rubles. Now half the dowry is missing. So what, replies the friend? One usually pays only half of the promised dowry anyway. That's the half that's missing. Because Abraham was not a poor man, right? They were wealthy people, right? So the difference is between 2/3 and 1/3. So it was $1 million. This one gets 666,000. This one gets 330, right? It's a big difference, right? If you have 10 sons, what happens? He was born a Presbyterian. No, I'm sorry, Lutheran. He was born a Lutheran. No, it's really silly because everybody knows this is before the Reformation. So he had to be born a Catholic. No, I can't convince you of that. So he was, as you know, he was born a Jew, and he lived as a Jew, and his parents were Jews, and the country he was in was a Jewish country, and his disciples were Jews, and his language was Jewish languages, Hebrew and Aramaic. And he wore a tallis, and he more than likely put on tefillin. You know, you put on the phylacteries, which are that you wrap 7 times here, and then you have a box on your arm, and you have a box above your eyes for the last 5 decades. And now what's happening? There's all kinds of other opinions. Why would they be against him?
Threat to their power.
Threat to their power. What else?
Well, in their eyes, he broke the law on Sabbath.
He broke the law. Okay? There's a discussion about whether he broke the law or not, but that's a whole other story. My position is Jesus keeps the Sabbath. So that's a Talmud. It's a prayer shawl. It's a Talmud. Okay, good. And a Torah can last hundreds of years. You have to take good care of a Torah. This is a sort of high mile. This is a Torah. I mean, if it was a car, it would be a Buick with about 130,000 miles on it. Just so you know. So this is the parchment. It's cowhide, sanded and buffed and so forth and so on.
And the entire people that was in the camp shuddered.
Oh, they have to shudder now. Oh. Shudder. Just gotta shudder. Okay. So Zachor, which means to remember, Zachor, Yom HaShabbat, the Sabbath day, L'Kadsho, to its holiness. Sheshet Yamim Ta'avod. Now, did you hear that note? Ta'avod. It's one. You will work, right? It's about work. The law about Sabbath is more about work than about not work. It's about not work, of course, but you have to work 6 days to earn it, right? The big note is on the work, right? Everybody, it's all about rest. Yes, it's about rest. After you have worked. First you work 6 days, and the divine ratio was read yesterday everywhere in the world. In every Jewish synagogue, it just so happens, this is what was, I mean, it doesn't just so happen. I mean, I brought it in because if we were reading something else, I would have read something else. But this is what was read yesterday in almost every synagogue in the world, right?
So is that the Torah portion then for
That was the Torah portion. And the Torah portion is named Yitro. This Torah portion is called Jethro, Yitro, right? And it's named after one of the Beverly Hillbillies. Moses' father. Oh, that's who it was. Moses' father-in-law, the Midianite priest, right? Moses, by the way, does not have a chapter named after him.
Yeah.
But Yitro does. But Jethro does.
So what was yesterday that would cause that to have been read in all?
Sabbath. It was Shabbat. So it's Sabbath.
But every Sabbath.